So, hey everyone. How are you guys doing today? Or tonight, or whatever time it is? Look at me in my aviators. You know why we got aviators on today? Because no, I got my aviators on today because I'm coming for Gypsy Rose. She seems to be scared of the cops, so here we are with our aviators ready. I'm not saying I am a cop. I'm just saying she'll see these and run. You know what I'm saying? How are your fur babies doing? I gotta ask that. Mine are doing good. Here's a little clip of them, of course, some palate cleanser before we start talking about the bitch. These subjects, whether it be about Amberlynn or Gypsy Rose or whoever, whatever, they are very triggering and can be very hard on the mental health of not only the watcher, but this bitch. I like to start off watching a little bit of palate cleanser to warm our hearts, to get us ready for this triggering bitch, if you will. Okay? I like to look at aminals, or I like to look at laughing babies videos. I don't know, my mom got me into that. Son of a bitch! My mom, my poor mother, she's been struggling with her blood pressure for so long. She had to get her pacemaker installed. I don't like saying installed. Put in, whatever. You know what I mean. Also, I just want to, before I get on babbling too much here, I want to thank you for coming to my video, for taking the time out of your precious day, whatever time it is, to spend listening to me and my stupid ass. I love it. Thank you. And remember, member of the video, bitch, and the 5 subscribers, yeah, bitch, they don't get talked about until the end of the video. Yes, that's the way it is. Yes, that's the way it is. That's the way it is, bitch. Why am I so singy today? But if you would like to be featured in one of my videos at the end of the video as either the member of the video or one of the 5 subscribers that I shout out, you got to subscribe to the channel and like the video and let me know that you did in the comments, and then you have your chance to be one of the picked 5 subscribers. And then also, member, you just got to become a member. It's $1.99. You get everything. You get videos a day early. You get them with no ads. I'm going to be doing live streams for you guys. I just got to pick a day. That's what I'm working on figuring out, because I'm trying to go with an evening time, because some of my members have to work in the day, or some of them work second shift. So I don't know. It's hard to tell. So I will keep you posted on that. I'm probably going to schedule them for, I'm thinking, I don't want to do it on one and take up your weekend time, because that's precious to those of you that work full time. So how about like a Thursday evening? Would that work? Okay, let's talk about it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Listen, you can skip lunch a day or coffee for a day. Listen to me. You can skip lunch. Don't skip lunch. Don't you ever. I will feel so terrible. I just said everything's so damned expensive nowadays. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk some business now. So this is when my mom would say to me growing up, this is grown folks talk now. You got to go. Grown folks is talking some business, mister. You got to leave. What's up with this post by Gypsy Rose about going private and shit? Like, we give a shit what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? She's not doing anything anymore on social media unless it has to do with her art, if you will. Because it's a spectrum and we should call it that. I know. I have no idea what's going on in my life, is what she's saying. This comment for sure that she shows in this on this person's post says to me that she will for sure definitely be back on the internet. It's just when. So it's like, stop. She'll put little tidbits out there every now and then so that we remember she's still there. Come on, how old are you? And then when she feels like she's not getting to us anymore, we're not responding anymore, then she's going to pop out of the woodwork with something even stupider than her art, I'm supposing. She's so delusional, though, to think that we're just sitting here waiting like, we just can't wait to see. I need more Gypsy Rose. I got the itch, man. What the fuck? What do you think we're doing out here while you're away? We're just like, we can't go on. TikTok will not go on without you, Gypsy Rose.
So I found a comment that Gypsy Rose Blanchard recently wrote within like the last 24 hours or so from her private account. And she seems to think that we are just fixated on her life because she made this comment. She says, "I'm private. Other than my art, y'all have no clue what's going on in my life, and I love it." Not to mention, whenever I woke up today, her Blown Beauty art account on TikTok was no longer there. Whether she is rebranding again or TikTok actually deleted it, I don't know. I did try to find out, but I don't know. So you have to announce to the world that you are private and loving it. Gypsy, the only reason we knew about your life to begin with is because you put yourself out there. Like, nobody else did this but you and your family. So to go private and think that we are just so obsessed with you and heartbroken that you're off the internet is literally delusional. Like, whatever. But we all know that she will be back because she's still watching. Anyway, I thought that was funny, so yeah. So I found a comment that Gypsy Rose Blanchard recently wrote within like the last 24 hours or so from her private account. And she seems to think that we are just fixated on her life because she made this comment. She says, "I'm private. Other than my art, y'all have no clue what's going on in my life, and I love it."
Gosh. Please don't go. I mean, what does she expect? You know? But there's plenty of delusional idiots on the internet, let me tell you. There's plenty of them. And all she does on fucking TikTok is make her lame ass fucking "hi everybody" videos and then clapping back at haters. So what riveting content did you really have on fucking social media, Gypsy Rose? You really didn't have anything that you fucking put a lot of time into, I'll tell you that. And I'm sure that we will find someone else to cover, Gypsy Rose. If you don't come back to the internet, I think we'll be okay. You know? I mean, like I said, there's plenty of delusional idiots on the internet that we can choose from. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Whatever will I do without her? Oh! That's how she thinks we're acting. You know, Gypsy Rose, she's a superstar now. She can't work. The hell? What is everyone thinking over here? That she's just going to get off her ass and she's going to take her ass to work? Are you joking? There's no fucking way she's going to go to work. No, none at all. She has made herself way too known on the internet. She will fucking freak out crying the second someone recognizes her or something. There's no fucking way. She's either got a grift, like she has been, or whatever. But you usually do stupid shit for us to talk about every single day. That's why we talk about you, Gypsy Rose. We started in the beginning because you had just gotten out of prison. It was a big deal. And then you started doing dumb shit. We was just covering you and covering until it became a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't be like, "Oh, can't wait to cover Gypsy Rose," until you got out of prison. No, that's not what it was. We supported you until we found out the truth. And then we found out the truth and we was like, what is this? What is this, bitch? Do you have some explaining to do, Lucy? And you know, I thought about this too, only I didn't ever put it all together into a video like this young person did. She put it all into a video so nicely, basically. I mean, she might have missed a couple because Gypsy Rose, she does have a lot of titles. Okay? It's hard not to miss a couple with this bitch. But she put in this TikTok, and it's really good how it all works out. Because she does very much so give herself so many fucking titles on the internet.
It's like, okay, I have this huge platform. Let me use it for something good. And so I want to get into advocacy work. So I can start working on my advocacy work.
Hey everyone, so this is my outfit of the day. Everything is Zara, my top, my shorts, my shoes.
No filter at all. With this powder, it's by Charlotte Tilbury, and it's called Airbrush Flawless Finish.
Do I have a job? I'm currently an author, so I consider myself an author.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard has now started a family vlogging YouTube channel.
You talked about wanting to go to cosmetology school. Did you decide whether you think you're going to do that?
I am the artist behind Blown Beauty Art.
None of us out here, though, wish you any success, Gypsy Rose. There's a very small percentage of people that do, and it's mostly here on TikTok. You go on YouTube, and there's not many people on there that want to give you much support, bitch. And nothing seems to be taking off. I mean, get the fucking hint. Go behind the scenes and do something, and don't even let people know it's you that's behind the scenes. Here I am giving you ideas. What the fuck am I doing? And then you tried so hard to be on the fucking... I think this is the one that she forgot, that you was a thrifter. You was on the internet trying to sell your clothes, including trying to sell a shitty car seat to other children. Your child is too good to sit in her own shit that you didn't want to clean up properly. But then you think some other child should have to sit in your own baby's shit because you didn't want to clean it up right. That's disgusting. Amberlynn. Gypsy Rose. Do I keep saying Amberlynn? I hope not. I've been watching a lot of... I do Amberlynn and Gypsy Rose content. Okay? Because they're both very similar if you look at personalities. Only Amberlynn didn't kill her mother. That's all. Mostly that's all. And Christy was right too. Stop just throwing your shit away. No pun intended. God forbid you do laundry, God forbid that. Just throw away your clothes, right? You stupid ass. I hope whoever bought that fucking car seat knew to check it thoroughly. We all know that once Gypsy Rose knows she's gonna make a quick buck, boy, she'll figure it out one way or another. And I totally agree with Viv in this next TikTok too, because I want you to watch it. I know it's a little bit older, but give it a chance, because what she's saying is really fucking good. It needs to be said again.
Before Gypsy got out of prison, Gypsy wrote a book called Released, and this book she co-authored with Melissa Moore. Melissa Moore is the daughter of the Happy Face killer. I think that's what his name is. But this book is a series of conversations between Gypsy and Melissa Moore while she was still in Chillicothe Correctional Facility. In this series of conversations between Melissa and Gypsy, Gypsy mentions that her mother Dee Dee had 8 personalities. 7 of them were good, and 1 of them did not like Gypsy and wanted to unalive Gypsy. Now, Gypsy says that her mother Dee Dee told her this. And if you listen really closely to Gypsy, there are always small truths mixed in with the lies. Narcissists tend to project a little bit. And here, when she says the 8 personalities and the 1 did not like Gypsy, I think it is flipped the other way. I actually believe that Gypsy is the one with the 8 personalities, and 1 of them did not like Dee Dee and wanted Dee Dee to be unalive. Now, I am going to go over all of Gypsy's personalities so that we can try to figure out which one it was that wanted Dee Dee to be unalive.
And also, did you notice Gypsy Rose always speaks in riddles? And like Viv said in that TikTok, she said narcissists always project it, right? And 2 things can be true at once. And that's always true with mental illness, I would say. You know what I mean? Because you can have not only a narcissist, schizophrenic, but not only a narcissist, but also a schizophrenic. Or even she could have BPD or whatever. And those who are both personality disorders. But 2 things can be true at the same time. I've been saying that a long time now with Amberlynn. And it's also a symptom that some people with the 1Q21.1 microdeletion that they have schizophrenia. So, I mean, it's very possible that Gypsy Rose could show symptoms of that as well. It is not unheard of. I very much believe that Gypsy is one that suffers with it as well. And if you go back to her childhood symptoms, she just about suffered from every damn one of them that you can suffer from as a child. And she's since grown out of those symptoms, but it doesn't mean that new symptoms won't arise or that haven't been there already. And that's what initiated Dee Dee to start doing the medical treatments that she was doing. Then she kind of got addicted to the fame type or whatever you want to call it. The attention, if you will. She got addicted to it, which anybody would. They were receiving a lot of attention from Gypsy's issues. She realized that it could help her because God knows Pimp Juice wasn't there to help her. Oh, praise the mighty Pimp Juice, right? He's wonderful. But your mother that tried to do everything for you to the point of risking herself going to fucking prison, Gypsy Rose. She knew that that was a possibility, but she put it all at risk to be there for her daughter, to do for her daughter. But her daughter didn't want to accept that and is nothing but a piece of shit. That's what this is. And that's same goes to say for Anne Boleyn, only she has not taken the life of anyone. She's kind of the same in that same headspace. You women need to realize you're not the focus of everybody's attention. And it's like, Gypsy, why did this other character that you had hate your mother so much? Because there's articles about you started exaggerating some of your symptoms, and that, or your mother started to exaggerate, some of your symptoms. But I do think for the most part, she just wanted to give you everything, like I said, which started really falling apart when things started to go too far away from the exaggerations, right? It wasn't just exaggerating anymore. It was literally becoming you. It was consuming you. But you continued your little old act, and then even up until you were interrogated, you used that same little girl, I'm a victim tactic, if you notice, while you're in the interrogations. And that's very telling to me, because even after your mother was unalived, you still took on those different personalities, if you will, to be able to help you, try to help yourself in situations, and it wasn't the cause of your mother. You were almost 24 years of age at that time. You knew you were an adult, and you knew that you could leave, and you also knew that you didn't have to do this anymore. And in fact, you had been taking care of your mother for probably about 2 years up until that time. I mean, like I said, this is all alleged, just my opinion, but from research into the facts and some into the speculations, this is the opinion that I've come up with. So, whatever. She even lied for you in the Facebook thing so that you didn't seem like a hussy. Talking to your dad. And she found all of your personas, all of your different characters.
During Gypsy Rose Blanchard and Nicholas Godejohn's relationship, she created these different role-playing characters to allegedly fit with Nicholas Godejohn's character, and claims that Nicholas introduced the role-playing to her, that he was the one that was into the BDSM. But recently, some new FOIA documents have come out that revealed that may not be the case. As a part of these new FOIA documents, there were lists of the over 100 videos that Gypsy Rose Blanchard and Nicholas Godejohn sent back and forth to each other while they were role-playing. I have a whole separate YT video where I go over every single one and read them all to you. You can find it at the link in my bio. This is an excerpt from Gypsy Rose Blanchard's book where she describes how she broke up with Nicholas because he told her that upon their hypothetical daughter's 13th birthday, he would take her V. However, in the list of videos, there's one titled Damona's Anniversary Video, which is one of her characters, where Gypsy says to Nicholas if they had a girl, then their daughter had to lose her V to Nicholas because he would be the master of the household. She said when she turned 13, she would explain this to their daughter and why she had to give her V to Nicholas. She talked about how she was Nicholas's slave and he could have her anytime he wanted. Gypsy will claim that Nicholas Godejohn made her do this in these videos, and that he made her write scripts for these videos, although we've never seen evidence of any scripts at all. She claims that Nick introduced the BDSM, the role-playing, the sending the videos back and forth to each other. However, Gypsy's previous boyfriend, if you want to call him that, Dan Glidewell, testified that he and Gypsy communicated by Facebook or cell phone. I don't know if I'm going to be able to say some of these words, so just pause and read it. This is another screenshot from Dan's testimony where he says that they would send pictures back and forth to each other, dress up in costumes, and use various fictitious names. He says he developed a taste of power exchange role-playing from her. Again, I have a separate YT video going over all of this. I highly encourage everyone to watch it.
She was disgusted by it, Gypsy Rose. She knew about all those different bitches you were being. And I bet y'all had that argument the night before. Like you said you had an argument the night before. I think that's the argument that you had. It's about all your different little bitches. And that you were nothing but a slut, and she was sick of it. And you wanted nothing more than to get the hell out of there. And that's why you sent Nick those disturbing fucking messages and everything else. Because you speak in riddles, right? Like I said. So, you definitely did that night. And even in the interrogation, you and Nick bring up the fact that your mother wanted to kick you out. She was telling you to go ahead and leave, but you still said that there was some important reason that you had to be there, remember? It's sick. And this is all compiled into what's wrong with you, Gypsy Rose, because the truth didn't get found out until you got out of prison. That's the whole thing here. We got to reach mainstream media because they need to know what's happened and what's been found out since you've been out of prison. And bring up the 23 plus cases that have been copycatted after you copyrighted. Might as well be saying that. And you had many narcissistic rages at poor Nick. He didn't know what was right from wrong, what was right from left, what was anything. I also do believe that all of her personas lead to, schizophrenia or some kind of personality disorder. I don't think DID, though. I really don't. But then again, because it just seems like these characters were too pre-planned. You know what I'm saying? Too calculated. But Gypsy Rose, she doesn't do anything without a strategy. We all know that. And it has to benefit her, not only either by for financial reasons or to feed her ego.
August 11th, 2015. I received an inmate to staff request from inmate Amanda Flores, who is incarcerated in the Greene County Justice Center on unrelated charges. Flores stated she had information about the homicide Gypsy was involved in. I made contact with Flores and escorted her to an interview room. The interview was video recorded and I logged it into evidence. Following is not intended to be a transcript but a summarization of that interview. Flores said she wanted immunity for telling me what she had heard Gypsy say when she was housed in the same cell with her. I told Flores I could not help her out with her case and I would not promise her anything. Flores said she was not a snitch, but she knows a lot about Gypsy's case. Flores said Gypsy was creepy smart and she does not want to see Gypsy get away with it, referring to the unaliving of her mother. Flores continued to tell me she did not want to give up information without being helped in some way. Flores stated before Gypsy came to jail, she supported Gypsy. Flores asked Gypsy if she had sought Nicholas out, referring to Gypsy seeking out Nicholas to unalive her mother. Gypsy told Flores, I probably did. Flores began to tell me some things Gypsy had told her about the unaliving. She mentioned how Nicholas had cut his finger from the jabbing of Claudinia. Flores told me Gypsy told her she cleaned up the red stuff from the bed to the bathroom using carpet cleaner and wipes. During my interview with Gypsy, she told me several times she did not go into her mother's room after she was deceased. Gypsy told Flores she cleaned up pretty good. Flores said Gypsy would talk about missing her stuffed animal, but Flores could not remember what kind of stuffed animal it was. Gypsy tried to use one of Flores' friends to pass a note to Nicholas, and Flores said she got upset with Gypsy and told her she was not going to use her friends to pass notes. Flores admitted to me Gypsy had told on her for having a misdemeanor amount of MJ, but Flores said that was not the reason she was talking to me. Flores gave me 2 other inmates' names, Markela Lutz and Maria Rodriguez, who she said wanted to talk to me. Flores said Gypsy's attorney went to Louisiana to visit family. Flores mentioned how Gypsy had told her on more than one occasion, while they were housed in the same cell together, "I'm going to get away with this," referring to the unaliving. Gypsy told Flores what Nicholas was saying when he was jabbing Claudinia. Flores said Gypsy told her Nicholas was saying, "You are going to be gone before this happens." Flores said Gypsy started talking in the cell one night to her, Lutz, and Rodriguez about how she put the weapon in Nicholas's hand and told him to go unalive her mother. Flores told me Gypsy told her she turned the air conditioner down to 40 degrees to preserve her mother's deceased body, and she cleaned up the red stuff, including the red stuff in the bedroom. Flores said Gypsy told her she went into Claudinia's bedroom after she was deceased and took $5,000 out of a drawer from a table beside her mother's bed. Flores said the money was in a zipper-type bag. Flores had nothing further pertinent to the unaliving. She was escorted back to the jail by staff.
Or she's got to be made to look like the hero, which are all characteristics of NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. But I believe that she too is very, very sadistic. Okay? She holds a lot of the traits as well. And I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to be. This is all alleged, like I said, my opinion. And entertainment, educational purposes only. But like I said, with her ego, I'm only hoping that my video recorded, because I just had to charge my phone and it stopped in the middle of recording. So let's pray all together. I'm just kidding. So Gypsy's, oh my god, she also clocked this ego-filling like DM or a comment that she got or whatever. And bitch, why do you care? Unless these people affect your everyday life, why the fuck do you care? I don't care about what haters got to say about me. If there's any, I don't know. You know why I don't know? Because I don't care. I'm worried about me and what I'm doing on the internet and how I'm building my content thing. I give a shit about what any of these motherfuckers are saying about me. And that's all that they want if they're hating on you for the wrong reason, which most people are hating on you because of shit you've done, which is, you know, their opinion. They can have one. Just like you can make your stupid art. Do you understand? I'm just automatically who I am. You think I don't go out in public with this hair on? Or talking like this? Fucking A. I can tell you stories upon stories of going out in public with some goofy ass hair on, talking like this, and the things people say to you. I should do a video on that. And it's like, honestly, am I like this when I go out? Yes, I'm a fucking weirdo. Okay? I'm a weirdo. Not a weirdo, but a weirdo. But now that you say something to me like that, like it's, you guys are criticizing me about my hair and my accent, that I'm a character, then I've been playing this fucking bitch for years. It's me. It's just me. See, you guys, it's just me under this hair. But you guys are therapeutic to me, so I have to be on the internet. What are we to you with Gypsy Rose other than your ego builders or whatever? And that's another thing. That's what Gypsy Rose did to Nick Godejohn, was by making him feel comfortable with his characters per his, I guess he had symptoms of DID and whatever, and she was like trying to build off of that, to build characters within him, if you will, because when the courts asked her on the stand if she could think of any other characters that she presumed that Nick had, and she couldn't think of any. Not a damn one, other than this Victor that she made up, this 500-year-old vampire. And Gypsy Rose very much convinced him that he did. He had this 500-year-old vampire inside him. And it played out very well, if I must say myself. It should have been interrupted. But she did meticulously plan this now for 2 years. So kindness is free. Like, what? Yeah. Also, not murdering your mother is too. Whatever. This page was once about my life, but now it's all about my art. I'm excited to share my creations with every piece. Oh, wait. With you. Every piece tells a story. Grammar, Gypsy Rose. Thanks for sticking around and welcome to Blown Beauty Art, which I think she's changed now. There's some pictures here of little kids doing art. That's the same art, Gypsy Rose, that they's doing right here, these little kids. And Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I spent about $500 at the supply store to be able to do this. These people aren't getting some Dollar General brand. This is a Liquitex brand with premium canvases, shipping boxes, tape. I covered that shipping cost. So yes, it's expensive. If they want custom color, that's more that comes out of my pocket to be able to meet their requests. So yes, it's fair. It's a fair price for the money that I put in. I took a picture of my receipt from the store and asked what I should charge per size per painting, and that was the suggestion. And not all artists go to school for it. I can walk down the French Quarter right now and ask the small vendors, hey, do you have a degree in art? And they would probably say no. This is what I can do as a stay-at-home mom with a 7-month-old. I charge $60 for the small ones because that's how much a can of formula to feed my child is. Do you have kids? How do you feed them if you do? Trolling another mother on the internet? What? Gypsy Rose, shut the fuck up. Son of a bitch. I can't even do it. I can't read the whole thing. I can't. We want to look at the meaning of sadism. Every relationship is transactional for Gypsy Rose, and this all should prove that she's very, very sick in the mind. Because I believe that she's a sadist, and there's a reason I say it, because I asked ChatGPT to explain something to me, and to explain the difference. There's explosive or impulsive sadists, acts out violently or abusively when provoked, displays uncontrollable rage or aggression, often irrational and may regret their actions afterwards, enjoys the release that comes with inflicting pain during outbursts. Tyrannical sadists, and they derive pleasure from controlling and terrorizing others. They often humiliate their victims and dominate others in everyday settings, which Gypsy does. They enjoy instilling fear other than just physical pain. The concept of sadism can appear in various contexts, okay? Psychological, interpersonal, sexual, and even social. Broadly, sadism involves deriving pleasure, emotional, psychological, or sexual, from inflicting pain, suffering, or humiliation on others. However, not all sadists are the same, and researchers and clinicians recognize different types of sadism, even with distinct traits and behaviors. So with that being said, she doesn't have to be somebody that just likes to hurt somebody physically. It can also be sexually or even psychologically. So that says a lot in itself right there. And they often use intimidation tactics, power-based manipulation, emotional or psychological cruelty. I mean, she is so a sadist, bitch. So a sadist. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Before here, spineless or fearful sadist, which acts cruelly out of insecurity, fear, or a need to prevent perceived threats, uses a presumptive cruelty to assert control or dominance, may have paranoid traits. Common behaviors: bullies others to avoid being dominated themselves, harms the others to feel safer or less vulnerable, often lacks confidence and masks it with aggression. Where's number 5? Everyday or subclinical sadist, they derive pleasure from others' discomfort, even in minor non-violent ways, may not engage in overly harmful behavior, but enjoys watching others suffer. Commonly measured in personality research. I mean, that seems to me like it's the manager at your job or something like that. But they enjoy trolling or bullying online or watching fights. They like competitive settings where they can crush others. And they... What is that word? Schadenfreude. Pleasure from others' misfortune is common. Okay. It's like, what is that word? And then 6, we've got sexual sadist, gains sexual gratification from causing physical or emotional pain, exists on a spectrum from consensual BDSM to non-consensual criminal behavior. Common behaviors in consensual contexts may engage in BDSM with rules, safe words, and care. In extreme or pathological cases, may commit sexual assault or sadistic crimes. And they can be a part of a diagnosed paralytic disorder. 7 is sadistic personality disorder. This was a presumed diagnosis in earlier editions of the DSM, which is the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. That's like the Bible for psychiatrists. But that was since removed because they're always trying to make it better, you know, just like whatever. And they include persuasive sadistic traits across manipulative areas of life, often overlap with antisocial or narcissistic personality disorders. That's interesting because that would fall right in line with Gypsy Rose being especially at a sadistic sexual disorder. So, I mean, we really got to think about it for sure. Just what we're dealing with Gypsy Rose. We're dealing with somebody who's narcissistic, who's basically disgusting and vile as a human being in every possible motherfucking way. I don't understand why anyone would want to be her friend. But I'm going to leave that here because I'm going to make a part 2 to this video speaking about another condition that could be something to do with what Gypsy Rose has going on. And this one is so crazy. You're going to want to hold on to the edge of your seats, bitch, for part 2. Okay? I'm just saying. And you've made it to the end of the video, bitch. Yes, you. This is the member of the video, bitch. It's baby. Oh, I was going to say it's myself. No, bitch. It's Mola, bitch. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I'm not. But she's a member of this video, bitch. Yes, go give me your last name again. Okay. Anyways, but let's see. Let me give you a little bit of a hint of what's to come in part 2. Have you ever heard of Machiavellianism? Machiavellianism? If I could say the word. That was a good one. But, for our 5 featured subs, bitch, we've got Ari and Jennifer, bitch. Oh, yes, we do. And then we've got yes, and Adam and Wendy. Something 83. Damn it. Wendy June 83. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot piece of shit. Son of a bitch. I was born in June 83. I think that's why it's making me stupid. Okay, well, I'm gonna get back in here in a little while. I've got some things to do with the hubby. Don't be nasty. That's not what it is. Might be at the end, but I don't think so. I love you guys, and talk to you later. I'm such a bitch.